me turn you guys a little bit here. Okay, so we are doing Unit 1, Lesson 10. We're going to talk about skip counting patterns today. But before we get started with our skip counting, we're going to get our brains thinking with our bell ringer. Ding, 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 ding. We have some quick look cards. Da, da, da. Remember, the whole idea of the quick look cards is you tell me how many dots are on the card and how you got that number. So, the first one, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that one was a little bit more tricky this time. Who thinks they know how many dots were on that card? Jake, how many were there, buddy? 9. How did you know there were 9 on the card? How did you solve it so quickly?
I was so close. I guess 8. No.
What did you do to get to your answer there, Jake?
I counted that once.
Okay, I appreciate your honesty that you counted by ones. Is there another way that we can count these dots really, really, really fast where we don't have to count them all by ones? Jake, do you know of another way we can count them real fast?
Counted by 2s.
Yeah, I can count them by 2s, right? So let's pattern count these by 2s together. I'm going to start with the ones on the left first, and then I'm going to move to the ones on the right so that we have that one that's by itself. Okay, so let's pattern count together. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9, because we have one more, which makes it 9. So there were 9 dots on that card. All right, here we go. Next one, we flip this guy back over. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, who thinks they know how many dots were on the card this time? Valerie.
11.
Okay, you saw 11. How did you see 11, Valerie? What did you do to figure it out?
Because I saw like 5 on this side and 5 on this side, but there was one on the other side. And 5 plus 5 is 10. And I add one more. So let's.
Right, very good. So she saw 5 on the left and 5 on the right. So she pattern counted by 5s. 5 and 5 is 10. Or she could also have done a doubles fact. 5 plus 5 is 10. Either way, you're pattern counting or doubles facting. And then she added one more, which makes 11. Fantastic, Valerie. All right, one more. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, how many dots did you see, Levi?
I didn't look it.
You weren't looking.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't a good idea. How many dots did you see, JB?
I think I saw 6. I don't know.
Oh, you think you saw 6? You're not sure? Okay, let's flip it over. Let's see how many we have here. It is a bit more than 6. Ah, you did see 6 on one of the sides. How many dots do I have all together on this one, Alina? 13. Now, I can pattern count this one real quick, too, to be able to get to 13 real easy. I can pattern count by 2s. Let's do that together. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and one more is 13. Right, 13. Fantastic. All right, hopefully your brains are all nice and warmed up here for our lesson today. Now, skipping down here to our math message. All right, ooh. Okay, now, I'm not going to have us write the number down. We're not going to write the number down. But you're going to remember the last number that you count. So here, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to set a timer for 30 seconds. Let me get my timer going here. I'm going to set a timer for 30 seconds. And you are going to start at 80. So we're not starting at 0 or 2. You're going to start at 80 and count by 2s. So you're going to go like 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 100. You're going to go as far as you can in 30 seconds. Oh, here comes Kinsley. Let me let Kinsley in. You're going to go as far as you can for the next 30 seconds. And then when the timer goes off, remember that last number that you counted. I want to see who got to go the farthest today, okay? So for 30 seconds, don't start yet. You're going to start at 8. I'm sorry, you're going to start at 80. And you're going to count by twos as high as you can go for the next 30 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Starting at 80, remember. Oh, it's hard to hear my timer. All right, my timer actually went off. It was really hard to hear, though. It was very quiet. Sorry about that. So ding, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a, ding-a-ling-a, ding-a-ling-a, ding, 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 ding. 30 seconds is up. All right, so, bless you. You started at 80. You counted by twos. How far did you get? Alina, how far did you get?
124.
124. Woo, fantastic. Did anybody get farther than 124? Jamie, you got farther than 124? You got 102? Okay, but did you get, who got counted more than 124? Where did you count to, Levi?
135.
135? Not if you're counting by twos. If you're counting by twos, you couldn't have a number that had 5 in it. How far did you get, Zayden?
100 and I forgot. 27.
Oh, not if you're counting by twos. If you're counting by twos, your number has to have a 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0 in it. So we're going to practice this together a little bit. We're going to start at 80. And we're going to count by twos. Those of you coming in, go ahead and put that reader's notebook away. And we're going to do some pattern counting by twos. Ready? We're all going to start at 80 and count by twos. 3, 2, 1. 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 100, 102, 104, 106, 108, 110, 112, 114, 116, 118, 120, 122, 124, 126, 128, 130, 132, 134, 136, 138, 140, I should hear you counting, 142, 144, 146, 148, 150, 152, 154, 156, 158, 160. We can keep going. Do you feel that rhythm, by the way, when we start doing that?
Yeah.
Can you kind of feel the pattern in the rhythm? Yeah. So when we pattern count like that, there's always a rhythm and a pattern to how we do it. Now, also too, every number we said had 2, 4, 6, or 8 at the end of it, right? Because we're counting by twos. Okay. Now, let's do some pattern counting by fives. Let me see what's on the next screen before I say that.
I know how to count the 5.
Okay. We're going to pattern count by fives. Oop, I want to skip back to this screen. Let me write on the board. Let me pick a random 5 number. Let's say we're going to start at 15. Is it going to let me write with my pen here? Whoa. That was a really long pen, right? All right. That wasn't what I was looking for. But okay, let me start with 15. And we're going to count by fives. Count. by 5s. My finger writing is just terrible, but that's okay. Mr. Moon was trying to figure out why I can't get the pen to work at the same time. He can't figure it out yet. But start at 15. We're going to count by 5s. We'll do it for the next 30 seconds. Let's see how far we get. Everybody knows how to count by 5s, right? Let me get our little timer going. But we're not going to start at 5. We're going to start with 15. So we're going to skip the part where we go 5, 10. We're going to start at 15. Ready? Here we go. We're going to start at 15. 3, 2, 1, go. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120, 125, 130, 135, 140, 145, 150, 155, 160, 165, 170, 175, 180, 185, 190, 195, 200. Oh, and the timer just stopped. Look, we made it all the way up to 200 in 30 seconds. Wasn't that fantastic? Now, what about pattern counting by 10s? We can pattern count by 10s. I think 10s is probably the easiest. But we're not going to start at 10 because that would be too easy. Let's start at 50. We're going to start at 50, and we're going to count by 10s. All right, there we go with my wonderful finger writing. How beautiful is that? Okay, starting at 50 and counting by 10. So we're not going 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. We're just going to start at 50. All right, let me get my timer going. Here we go. Let me get it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220. Oh, and there goes the timer. We made it to 220. Not too bad, friends. Thank you, timer, for being nice and loud this time. I appreciate it. All right. Now, why do we want to pattern count? Why is it a good idea to pattern count? Or why should we even bother practice pattern counting? Is it just because I want to make you count a lot and have to remember a lot? Or is there a reason why it's a good idea to be able to pattern count? What do you think, Jamie?
We have to learn numbers.
We do need to learn our numbers, yes. Hey, Derek, over your nose, buddy. Why else is it a good idea to know how to pattern count? Levi, why do you think we need to know how to pattern count?
To keep track of like numbers.
Sort of. Angelina, what do you think?
So when we're older and we go to the store, we can't just count by ones all the time. We need to do it quicker.
Well, yeah, and even right now, we don't want to have to count by ones all the time. We just got up to 220 in 30 seconds, right? Because we are counting by tens. But if we were starting at 0 for the next 30 seconds counting, I bet you we would not get up to 220 because it takes a lot longer for us to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It would take us a lot longer to get up to 220. The reason why we want to learn how to pattern count is so we can count numbers higher faster. Jamie, don't kick that. Leave it be, because if you keep pulling on it, honey, it will rip off your desk. Okay, so it's not a toy. Don't bother kicking it. So if we pattern count, we can get to those numbers a lot more quickly than if we just start by ones. Just like when we do the quick look cards. Those of you coming in, we started with our quick look cards this morning. We pattern counted our quick look cards. You don't have a lot of time on those quick look cards, do you? 3 seconds. You got to figure out really, really fast in 3 seconds how many they are. If you pattern count, you can count it a lot more quickly than if you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay? Trust me. There's a reason why we like to pattern count. Okay. So, now, did you know that you can skip count using a calculator?
Yes.
You did? You knew that already?
Yes.
Wow, how smart we are today. Fantastic. Okay, let me switch my screen here. Now, if you have a calculator at home, fantastic. I'm going to pass them out here. These friends, when we are done with them, we'll actually put them in our toolkits. They will be part of the toolkits that stay in our cubbies. So let me find our numbers here. Number 11. Where are you, number 11?
I already have a count.
Yeah, but you're going to keep this one at school. And number 13. Where's number 13? Oh, we don't have number 13 yet. Okay, fantastic.
We still have 12.
Number 4. There we go. Number 3.
Me. Logan.
Number 9.
Me.
And number, nope, not that one. Number 6. And Arlena. Number 8. Number 7. Number 1. Put these over to the side because we don't need these right now. Number 5. There you are, number 5 all the way in the back. Number 14, nope. Number 17, nope. Number 18, nope. Number 2 is not in the room right now. All right, so we have, how many friends still need a calculator? 1, 2. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to stick a label on these. I'll save this one out, number 2, and I'll stick a label on these. Here we go. Let me get a label. Because some of our calculators go missing every year, surprisingly. So let me put a number 12 on one, and let me put a number 10 on one. All right, we'll use this one. This will be number 10. All right, we are going to practice pattern counting using our calculator. There you go, number 10. And I'll come right back with you for one, Valerie. Let me use one of these. Oh, here's number 12. There you go. Awesome sauce. I didn't have to put a label on yours after all. Okay, fantastic. Okay, we're going to pattern count using a calculator. Now, this is the first time we've used our calculator. So your calculator at home might look a little bit different than our calculator here. Like you probably are using like a cell phone one, or maybe you have a nice little one. That's fantastic. I usually use my cell phone, but when I'm here at school, I use these. We have this little bar on the top of ours that shows, this is like a solar energy bar. And it kind of like helps run the battery, keeps the battery going. And actually, I don't think ours even have batteries. I think it just runs on solar energy. Whoop, not like dropping it down. But if we keep it in nice bright light, it'll stay running. But if I darken it, it'll turn itself off. Now, here in school, we actually have to press the orange C to get it to turn on. Okay? Now, if the room is really, 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 really dark, like nighttime dark, it won't turn on because it needs to have that light with the bar to be able to make it work. Okay? So by turning on the light, it should work perfectly fine. Yours should still be able to work okay, though, Jose, in this kind of light. Our room is not that dark right now that it can't work. Because I'm up here where it's darker, and I still have a 0 on mine. Now, you can see that the numbers start with 0 at the bottom and work their way all the way up to 9. Why don't we have a number 10 button? Or a number 11 button? Or a number 12 button? Why don't we have those? Derek, why don't we have those?
Because they're larger numbers.
They are larger numbers. That's a good answer. They are larger numbers. What else, Aiden? How else can you add to that?
And because they already have a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, you can just use your, if you want to make the number 12, use your 1 button in your 2 button. If you tap number 1, whoops, not with this one because all of a sudden it's clearing out. You tap number 1, and then you tap number 2, you can make the number 12 that way. See? Just like that, okay? So you don't need to make a number 12, right? I mean, you don't need to have number 12. You can make a number 12. So, we're going to practice how we can skip count using these calculators. Let me put my extra ones off to the side. And so what we're going to do is, let me see if I can find a calculator for my board here. Is there going to be one here? Nope, there's not going to be one here. Let me find a calculator to use on my board. I think I can find a calculator on the computer. Let me find my online calculator. Here we go. Online calculator. Oh, not with this one. Let me do it this way. I can do it this way. Let me find my Google and find an online calculator. All right. Okay, so here, I have a calculator up on my board too. Now my numbers look a little bit different than what you have on yours. And I have some extra keys on my online calculator, but it'll still work. So, it'll be easier for you to see it this way on the screen than for you to try to look at my little mini calculator. So you can look at the calculator that you have at home or the calculator that you have right there in front of you. There, I made it nice and big for us to see. So, we are going to use this calculator to pattern count. So what I'd like you to do first, I want to show you, first of all, how you can make it pattern count without having to put different numbers in each time. So we're just going to practice counting by ones first, but we're not going to keep adding 1 every time. What I'd like you to do right now is I'd like you to press the number 1 so that you have a 1 on your screen. Alina, I need your calculator to be up so I can see that you're following directions. Up on the top of your desk there. Okay, now, you should have a 1 on your calculator, correct?
Yes. Yes.
If you press the plus button, and then you press another 1, what happens when you press the equal button? You get a 2, right? Now, let me see if I can get it to work on this one. This is a different calculator. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I might have to show you with the little calculator. If I press the equal button again, let's see what happens. Oh, it stayed 2. Oh, it's not going to work for me. All right, let me show you on my little calculator. I have 1, and then I add 1, and I get 2 with my equal button. Okay, if I hit the equal button again, it goes to 3. If I hit the equal button again, it goes to 4. If I hit the equal button again, it goes to 5. If I hit the equal button again, it goes to 6 and 7 and 8. Yes, Mrs. Dellinger.
We are supposed to go to a different place for right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'm going to take my kiddos to the courtyard.
Okay.
They think the gym is also available, and if we want to
I
go
bet
out to the grass, we can.
Okay.
Do you know?
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yep. All right. Friends, we're going to have to pause here. Friends at home, hold on just a second. Let me stop this for a second.